So hello, we're live. Welcome to the first ever Sleep When I'm Dead live show. I have Savannah from Riveting Reads here.
Hello.
And we are going to be discussing The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. And this is one I've had on my TBR for quite some time. Was this on your radar before we talked and things like that?
Yeah, I actually got it from my Book of the Month add-on. I can't remember what month, but a few months ago, and I had been wanting to read it in this kind of like fall chillier season.
Yeah.
So I was excited when you mentioned it because I was already considering reading it. So yeah.
I actually got it for my birthday last year and I never read it. And so it's coming up. I have to read it now.
Yeah.
So my idea for my live shows is to keep it very casual, very interactive with people who are viewing and participating. And so I came up with a few games and things like that. But before we get into that, I thought it would be cool. So anyone who does not know Savannah, did you want to give like an introduction of like what your channel's like and where we can find
Yeah, sure. So I'm Sav from Riveting Reads. And I mostly read thrillers and horror books. I'm kind of wanting to read more horror this season, just like throughout October. So I'm probably just going to be reading horror, but thrillers are my first love. Like I absolutely love thrillers. I started my channel almost a year ago. I can't believe it's been that long. So yeah, I don't know. I do weekly reading sprints on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. CST, and I like having ambiance. And yeah, I don't know. That's a little bit about me.
Yeah. Well, if you guys haven't had a chance, definitely go check her out. I love her channel, especially like her reading sprints have really inspired me to do my own reading sprint. So I love like tuning in every Wednesday because I know I can participate. So but yeah.
Thank you for having me too. Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
For being the first like guinea pig in this situation.
I'm excited.
I know we had talked about like collabing a few times here and there. Yeah. So I'm glad we finally were able to do this.
Yeah, me too.
So we have a small amount of common. So hey Jordan, Sabrina, and Monica. Hello. Gwen. You guys are so sweet. So yeah, I didn't want this to be like super like formal and things like that. I just kind of wrote down a few simple like small games and then we can actually dive into the book.
Do you want me to post really quick?
Sure.
On Instagram? I was going to say I got my phone out so I could say we're live.
Yeah.
That way. Unless you want to post and just tag me and then I'll repost it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Why don't you do that? I always feel like sometimes people don't know until you put it on Instagram.
Exactly. All right, I'll just
this is like such our generation thing.
I know, right?
Like what was I doing? I didn't even do a peace sign. I'm waking up with my coffee. To clarify, I wasn't sleeping all day, but I don't know what it is. I think I have bad allergies and they make me very tired.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, I need to have a lot of coffee, and this is my third cup of the day.
I know. I can't function without coffee. Okay. So I just tagged you in it.
Oh, thank you. Perfect. I'll repost it.
Hello, Nicole. Okay. So this was like super last minute. I had like all these like really cool ideas and then like completely lost my notebook with like my game idea. So this was like within like 48 hours of me coming up. But I did post on my Instagram like this or that situations. And I picked I think like 10 that I liked the most. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. I called it like pick your poison, try to be on the spooky theme and things like that. But people sent in these. They said, would you rather watch horror movies in the daytime or at nighttime? And then of course, anyone who's watching, please like comment in the comment section below so we can see your answers and things like that.
So, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I love scary movies, but since I've been with my husband, who is the biggest scaredy cat, I can't watch them at night. But I tend to want to watch scary movies when he's not home or he's out of
Right.
town. So I would say at night, but I'm also like very much a scaredy cat.
Yeah. So is he gone during the day? So that's when you get your time to watch him?
No, he like sometimes he'll go like on golf trips or like sometimes he
Oh, I see.
like travel softball, and I'm like, ooh, this is the time that I can take the big screen TV and watch a scary movie, and then I can't sleep for the next week. So
And you're alone too.
yeah,
So you're
exactly.
like, oh no.
And like one of my biggest fears is like being home alone with a serial killer. Like in the
Oh
house
my gosh.
somewhere. That
Yeah.
scares the crap out of me.
That is so scary. Or like, yeah, just hearing a noise in the other room and you're
Mhm.
like, someone's in the house.
Yeah.
No. For me, so this is a fun question because actually I've been watching that. Well, I like watching them at nighttime, but
Mhm.
my husband works a job where he doesn't get back until 12:30 at night.
Mm.
And so now I've kind of made it my like ritual, I guess, to like watch a few scary movies like when I'm free on weeknights. And so I'll watch them. And I've noticed I was like, I'm not getting very scared anymore because I'm kind of desensitized because scary movies are my favorite movies to
Yeah.
watch. And so now what I'll do is literally like right here, like right on that couch, I'll turn off all the lights and I'm alone and I just watch them. And
Oh,
it makes it so
right.
fun.
Mm.
I have not been traumatized yet, sadly, though. I kind of want to be really scared. Like I'm nostalgic to when I was in high school and really, really scared while watching
Yeah.
them, you know? So
Oh yeah.
that's my
What
answer.
what is your favorite scary movie?
That's such a hard question. I don't know what it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Because like
Mhm.
with books and everything, there's like subgenres. I love The Descent for like
Oh
a
yeah.
just
That's
go
good.
like the claustrophobia. If anybody
Oh,
doesn't know, it's this group of friends. They go down in the cave and they get stuck down there. And love that one. I love Hereditary actually and Midsummer.
I've not seen those.
Watch them with caution. They're
Okay.
pretty disturbing. Have you seen The Invitation? I think you'd like it a
Okay.
lot.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually put out a video probably next week of a list of some of my favorite scary movies. I'll probably do it in like 2 parts.
Cool.
Randomly, I may remember another one that you need to watch throughout this stream, and I'll just throw it in there.
Okay. Let's see. Megan said nighttime. Jordan
Mhm.
said nighttime. Gwen says depend on the movie. I love scary movies, but I get scared.
Yeah.
Oh, it like jumped. Okay. Night for sure. Nighttime can relate to being a scaredy cat husband. Okay. Prefer horror movies in daytime, but with the lights off. Okay.
Interesting.
My husband isn't a scary movie fan either. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone.
My
Only
husband likes them a lot, actually.
really.
Yeah, he really does. We watched so many when we started dating. In the beginning, we bonded over that.
He grew up like in a religious family, and so like he thinks Halloween is stupid, and I'm like, why would you break my heart like that? Like, like he
Yeah.
just doesn't get it. He's like, I don't know why you would want to be scared. I'm like, just it's just amazing to be scared.
Yeah, it's like certain kinds of people it just doesn't make sense to, and then a
Yeah.
lot of people it does. I get it.
And I told him, I said, there's really good ones that like have good storylines. It's not just thrills and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Let's see. I think that horror movies are very high soundtrack, so it could be annoying neighbors late at night, but it's
Hopefully
fun.
my neighbors don't hate me.
I will say, like, I mean, I don't go to the movies very often, but like I would rather wait for a movie to come out like on DVD or something than go to the theaters because like vibrations or like people sitting behind me screaming, like that scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't like being in scary. Well, if it's like an empty theater, I like it. But if it's like people laughing and making noises and screaming, yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
The Invitation.
I'd rather just be scared by myself.
Right.
Let's see. Crimson Peak. Okay, so I love me some Loki. Like, I would love for him to like stalk me, honestly. I just think he looks so good, especially with the long black hair. And then in Crimson Peak, he was gorgeous.
That's so funny. Literally, that's hilarious. I wouldn't have assumed that.
Really?
No.
Oh, I
With
love him.
you. It's so funny.
I've told my husband, I said, he is my hall pass.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
So would you rather spend the night in a haunted asylum or cemetery?
I'm trying to remember what I was thinking when I first saw it in your story. Are they occupied? Like, well, that's a dumb question. Like, is the asylum occupied currently? Or is
Well,
it
it's
like an
haunted, so
abandoned?
probably with ghosts.
True. Probably a cemetery.
Okay.
Because probably
Yeah.
more like, I hate to use the word normal, but like maybe it's majority of like more stable people buried there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like cemetery, but I feel like that's such a safe answer. I feel like I would have like more action in a haunted asylum. So I'm going to pick both.
Because you want to see, I am a scaredy cat in real life. Like I wouldn't, I feel like if I actually experienced like paranormal stuff in person, it would really freak me out and scar me forever. I don't know. But you want to see it.
I want to see it, but like in like mild terms, like,
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a noise. Okay, it's time to go.
True. Yeah. Not like actually being traumatized fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cemetery, asylum, no thanks to sleeping
Oh,
outside.
true. That's true.
Mm,
Maybe you don't sleep there though.
cemetery because it's outside. Okay. Cemetery creeps me out. I'd rather be in the asylum. Cemetery, haunted asylum would be more fun. Eek.
That's funny. We had a big mix of.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's funny how one person said, no, I don't want to be outside. And one person's like, oh, I want to be outside.
Yeah. I love
So
it.
interesting. Cemetery close to your car. That's actually a smart answer.
Yeah.
Hospitals are biggest fear. I feel like the asylum, it's gotta be. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like that would be like the best part, to be scared though. Then some
True.
people
It's a
ask
creepy atmosphere.
abandoned mansion or creepy asylum. I think a
What'd you
mansion
say?
for me. Like, so creepy asylum or a haunted mansion.
Oh.
I feel like mansion for me because I feel like I would want to explore a mansion.
Yeah, I love the gothic vibes
Yeah.
of haunted mansions, you know? There's
Mhm.
something weirdly, like, cozy about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Whereas, like, an asylum is sterile, you know, it's like a hospital, so
Mhm.
it's yeah,
Yeah. True.
not like it's lived in the same way.
Mansion for sure for Gwen.
Mhm.
The
Oh,
Assignment
yeah.
American Horror Oh, yeah, that was, like, season 2, I think. Do you watch American Horror Story?
Yeah, I do. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen most, but I didn't see the cult one, and I didn't finish Murder House, surprisingly. Everybody's shocked by that because a lot of people love it,
Mhm. That's,
like the
like,
very first one.
fun.
I know. You know, I think I watched it. It was in the beginning of college, and I was kind of like sad because I was homesick because I moved across the country and I was alone. And it was
Mhm.
just such a depressing season that I was like not feeling it, and I haven't
Yeah,
revisited it, you know?
I don't know. That one's just so good, and I feel like they just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. The concepts are so good. It's just the
Mhm.
execution,
Yeah.
you know?
Like, I was really excited for Freak Show, but then,
Mhm.
like
Freak Show's my favorite, actually.
really? That's my
It's
least
like
favorite.
only yeah, no, it's usually people's least favorite, but I actually really liked it for the most part.
Well, the clown looks super creepy, and then,
That's
like
why part of
yeah,
it.
like, but then, like, after like, I don't wanna spoil anything, but then, like, after, I don't know, he, like, goes away, it's just like, "Oh, well, now I have,
Yeah,
like, 5 more episodes of no clown," so
right, yeah.
mm.
I could see that. Mansion.
Mansions on a bucket list, okay. Uh, Shutter Island, is that the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
I think so. I still haven't seen it. I
Oh,
should.
that one it has a very weird ending, but, like, in a
Yeah.
good way.
I
I
know
love
it's a
that
book
one.
too.
Yeah, I haven't watched the new season of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Double feature, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I have not seen that one.
Okay. Favorite seasons are Coven and Apocalypse. People
They're
love
related.
yeah. I
I
know
liked
how they
Coven more.
tie in.
Yeah, I like Coven a lot more. I thought, well, I will say though, I really like the introduction of like that new actor. What was his name? The one who was it was the first season without Evan Peters, right?
I think so. Are you talking about
And
the guy that played the?
can't remember his name, but he had like the blonde hair. You know
Yeah,
who I'm talking about?
yeah, and he had like those icy blue eyes.
Yeah, I thought he really fit the cast well.
Yeah, he played the weird,
Yeah,
like creepy perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay. Pumpkin spice latte or apple cider?
Personally, oh my gosh, I just ripped that out of my ear. That's the problem with my microphone not picking my sound up well, unless I wear these things. I'm just going to say pumpkin spice latte because I love the coffee element to it, but I love cider too.
That's going to be mine too. I'm not actually a big cider fan, but like I'm a good pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
I hate that I like it so much.
I have to get it less sweet because if it's too strong for me, like the flavor, it'll make me feel sick. Like it's too sickly sweet for me. I don't know. But I liked iced ones with almond milk.
Oh, yeah. I've actually tried the iced version for the first time.
It's really good. Did you like it?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I liked it better.
Yeah. I think I like it hot better though, but
really?
also really hot in Virginia. So
true.
So I'm waiting for it to cool down. A lot of pumpkin spice fans. Oh, apple cider, always cider. Jordan says neither. Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate is very comforting, I will say.
Oh, yeah.
I make it at work all the time at the end of the night.
So here's an interesting one. Someone said, would you rather read 365 books per year or only read one book per year?
I would say 365, but that's also so much. I feel like I'd stop enjoying them.
Yeah. But then it would suck if you only read one and then
it would be way worse only reading one. Because it's like, what if, because then I would always want to be reading.
Yeah, exactly. So, I would go with 365 too.
Definitely, yeah.
I think everyone else agrees.
Right. I would hope.
I mean, of course, the readers are going to say all the books. So
right. Could you imagine if you could like actually get to that many? That would be so hard to do.
Oh yeah, I could, like they would have to be so small for me to actually hit that goal.
I know.
I prefer to read 150 books, which is my reading challenge. Okay.
Yeah. That is kind of a good, like 150. You feel like it's not too much, so you won't get bored of them. But
Gwen will be daily vlogging.
Yeah. Literally.
Okay. So Halloween costumes, store-bought or DIY?
I like DIY.
I do too. I feel like it just makes it much better.
And you can cater it towards exactly what you want. I went into Spirit Halloween a couple weeks ago and I was like, these are so expensive. Like I don't think I've ever bought a Halloween costume, like a full
and they're so
one.
cheaply made too. By the time
you're like, this is $60. I know. You're like, what is this?
And it doesn't come with any of the accessories. You have to buy all that separately.
I know. And it's one night. It's not like your wedding. Like it's literally like, you know, your wedding, you can just buy Halloween.
But then I feel like some people who do DIY costumes, they like, I don't understand them sometimes. I'm like, who are you? Or where are you trying to be? And then they tell me, I'm like, oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they need to be obvious enough where there's like skill that's gone into them.
Oh, yeah. Store-bought.
I mean, I suck too. I feel like it'd have to be kind of.
But you got to give it character. So, none. Okay, Karen. DIY for sure. Combo helps, like Gwen said. We don't do. Oh, that's sad.
I know. Whenever I hear that, I'm like, oh.
My favorite holiday of the year.
It's so fun. I was thinking about this, like going into the fall and Christmas, like it's also fun and like cozy. But then it's like you hit the spring and the summer and it's like, like there's fun things to do, but it's not the same like comforting, cozy.
Yeah. I actually hate the spring. would rather be in summer and fall. And then winter is just so depressing.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I have to run to the bathroom. I drank too much coffee.
No, you're fine.
I'll be right back. I'll just let
you
lead the show for a second.
Yeah. Okay, so while she is gone, we'll just go ahead and do the other ones real quick. Let me just make sure I don't repeat any. Let's do pumpkin pie or apple pie. I'm really curious what people are going to put because I feel like I didn't realize like so many people have so many opinions on pie, which is weird. But I am a pumpkin pie person. I think it's so good. And I feel like apple pie you can actually have year round. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's nothing really special about apple pie. So Gwen agrees with me. Pumpkin. So does Kim. Apple always. I love a good apple pie, but you know, I feel like you can have that year round. Oops, I think I skipped one. I'm sorry. It's my favorite pie. Same. Actually, pecan pie or pecan pie, however you say it. That's actually my favorite. Yeah, love both. Like you can't go wrong with both, but I think pumpkin just has that extra specialness to it. Apple pie, pumpkin pie is not a custom. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's really good. Have you ever had it before? Like if you haven't, you're missing out. But if you have, do you wish you could have pumpkin pie? Sabrina said both. Pecan pie. So the topic was apple or pumpkin pie.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'll say pumpkin.
Same.
Like apple pie is good, but something about pumpkin pie, like it's just so good. I like apple crisp better.
Yeah. Well, I was saying I feel like apple pie you can have like year round, and then pumpkin pie is like a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
And then Monica said that it's not a custom in Argentina. So I asked her if she's had it before or has she not had it before? Because I'm more curious about that.
Oh yeah.
Because some people are like, oh, I've had it and I hate it. So
yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the pumpkin spice latte has made me assume that literally everyone likes pumpkin, but like there are many people who don't like pumpkin.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's a hit or miss. Like I either love it or hate it depending on like what topic it is.
Yeah.
Never heard of beach pie. It's like key lime pie, but it's lemon instead of lime. Oh, okay, that might be good. Texture of pumpkin scares me. If it's any other food than pumpkin. Oh, okay. So you're probably not missing out.
Yeah.
It's not eaten as a dessert.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Cheddar cheese.
Wait. What?
Okay. I'm so confused. I've never heard of that.
With cheddar cheese?
Like a slice of cheese? Ew. Okay.
That sounds questionable.
I'm not judging, but I'm judging. Hey, John. Everyone, I'm doing well.
I'm doing good.
And of course, apple pie if you have ice cream, of course. We'll do one more. I thought this would be kind of funny. Horror book or scary movie?
Oh, don't.
I thought this would be a good one for you specifically.
If we're going by scariness factor, I would honestly have to say usually movies scare me more. But also I haven't read as many horror novels as I want to. Yeah. And also Home Before Dark freaked me out. Like there was a scene in there that actually really freaked me out.
Oh, I love Home Before Dark.
It's like my favorite. Like can you see it up on my shelf?
Oh yeah.
Whenever I point, it's like not matching.
I know. I hate it
right
being like
there.
opposite.
And then there's a cute little ghost right there. Yeah, but oh my gosh, I love that book so much. I want to reread it, but
same.
That book
I really want to reread it too. And
maybe we can reread it.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you though? What would you say?
I'm going to pick scary movie because I can always read a thriller.
Yeah.
And I feel like scary movies would have more of an effect on me than a horror book. Okay, Gwen's heard of the cheese thing. That's
really
weird. It must be a Canadian thing though. Yeah, the cheese thing is a thing. So weird. Famous desserts, apple and lemon. Okay. We got horror book, movie, scary movie, horror books roll.
I was going to say, there have been some thrillers where there's scenes in them that really creep me out, that almost feel a little bit horror-esque. Usually it's like a home invasion kind of vibe, or
oh yeah, those like
usually
really
it's that. Yeah, and I haven't really read like a horror book designated for home invasion, you know, but like those freak me out. So
I was actually reading Rock, Paper, Scissors, and it really creeped me out.
Really? I have it. It may even be on that shelf. Yeah. It's back there. I need to read it.
I really like it. I
Maybe.
think it's my favorite. It might be my favorite thriller of the year, honestly.
Ooh, okay. I have to get to it soon. It's just October is here, so it's like, what am I gonna do?
I will say, because it's set in like a snowy scene, if you want to wait till it's like colder, it'd be perfect.
I think I will. Maybe when it's snowing.
Soundtrack music.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty iconic.
Okay, so I have one more book, or sorry, one more small game, and then we'll start talking about The Broken Girls. This is just 6 things, but I actually looked at your Goodreads earlier today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so I actually found 6 books, and I'm going to read the first line of the book and see if you can guess them.
Oh my gosh, so I've read them?
Yeah, I think there's one I'm not 100% sure,
Okay.
but you could be wrong. Or I could be wrong, excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
So the first one is Screw You, Bing Crosby. I butchered that.
So wait, can you give me a hint if these are all like things that I've seen, or not seen, that I've read this year?
The first 2, I don't know.
Okay, I feel like this is a Stephen King.
And yes, anyone in the comments, definitely put your guesses down there, by the way, because I think this would be fun.
There's so many characters in it, but I feel like it may be it, but I haven't finished it yet. That could be totally wrong.
So you think it's a Stephen King?
Yeah, I think it's a Stephen King.
Let's see if anyone else guesses. But yeah, it's Screw You, can never say his name. Bing Crosby. And Monica got it right. It's No Exit.
Dang it. I'm bad at I don't feel like I'll get any of these. I'm bad at remembering character names.
The names are the worst. And I'm reading one that Gwen was talking about. It's The Night She Disappeared, and like everyone has an S name.
Is it Elisa Jewell? Was that?
Yeah, Lisa Jewell. Like everyone, I feel like everyone's first name starts with the letter S. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, doesn't that sound like a Stephen King line though? I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'm just totally. That's the only reason I was like, yeah, no, that's so. I would have never gotten that.
If you want a good thriller, that is like top notch.
So good.
And then I heard it's being made into like a Hulu show. So
I hope they don't butcher it. I always get nervous when I hear that things will be adapted. Yeah. Because I'm so judgmental on like the adaptation.
I think if they stick to the book, it would be, because the whole time I was reading that book, I was like, this would be great as like a movie or a show.
Yeah, it felt like a movie.
All right. The next one is Blank Thought, a Vicious Little Prick.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I can't say the name, so because it gives it away.
Wait, can you re-say?
Yeah. Blank Thought, a Vicious Little Prick.
Oh my God, this is so hard. I'm like trying to look at my books to like see. Oh my gosh. I don't even have a guess. That's so.
This is the only one I didn't know if you actually read, but it's The Shining.
I have read that one. Okay. I'm just trying to remember. Wait, what's the name that it says?
Jack Torrance.
Oh.
It says Jack Torrance Thought, a Vicious Little Prick.
Interesting.
Yeah. I almost said Danny Torrance, but I know that's the little kid.
Yeah. Yeah, the poor little kid is like.
This one says, the forest has claws and teeth.
The forest has claws and teeth. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to get any of these. Okay, so it's got to be something about. I'm going to look at my just like at the
Go for
things
it.
I've read this year. Is that cheating?
No.
No, it's not cheating because it doesn't tell me.
I will give you a hint. You've done a video with this book in it.
I've done a video with a lot of books, like featuring it.
Like a very specific book.
Okay, hold on.
The
The forest has claws and teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Brother?
What is it?
Brother?
No.
Okay.
It is Final Girls.
Okay. Interesting. I guess brother because I was like, you know, there's a forest involved.
Yeah.
There's people in the forest. Huh.
This one I'm really interested in. It says the story ends in blood.
Oh my gosh. I like remember reading this, but I read so many
I was
books.
going to say it's one of your favorites.
Ooh, it's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me look. One of my favorites. They Never Learn?
Nope. It's the Southern Bookclub's Guide to Slaying Vampires.
Oh my gosh. And I read that recently too. That's an amazing opener.
Yeah. I have not read that one. I've checked it out from the library like twice and then I never end up getting to it. Oh, we actually had someone that got it. Oh. Good job.
Wow, you all have good memory.
Okay, this one said that you just recently read it, but it says everyone has a Cordova story, whether they like it or not.
Night Film.
Yeah, good job.
I'm so happy I got at least one.
Okay, this is the last one. It said the sun vanished below the horizon as the girl crested the rise of blank.
Shoot, this sounds very familiar. I feel like I really recently.
Kim got it. Monica got Night Film.
So can you say it one more time?
Yeah.
Because I think I know.
The sun vanished below the horizon as the girl crested the rise of blank. It's a location. I just don't want to give it away.
Getaway?
Nope. It's actually The Broken Girls by Simone St. James.
Oh my gosh. I should have guessed. I was like, I read this recently.
I was like, I wonder if she'll get that.
Do you think you would have gotten that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm horrible at that game, but I love playing that game.
Did you come up with that or did you?
No, I've played it before. Hey, Jacqueline.
Oh my gosh, that's so... I need to do this now.
Yeah, it's so fun. Like, I've played on Zoom games and things like that, and I'll like grab one and like hide it and like read it out loud.
Yeah.
Do
people get it usually?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, it was a really popular book. Like, I love doing the Colleen Hoover ones because she always starts with like a very weird first sentence.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that.
Read The Broken Girls, but do not remember that. It's actually in the prologue, so it's not in the first chapter.
Yeah. I had to go check. I was like, wait, is that really from this book? Yeah, it is.
Oh, so I just recently visited Jacqueline and I left a bottle of wine and I told her, I was like, I think you'll like this wine. So I'm glad you're liking it. And you can find it in any Kroger or Walmart. So it's so good.
What is the wine?
It's called Riscato.
I feel like I've heard of that.
It's actually I've got a bottle right here.
Where'd you say it's from?
So I have Kroger where I live, but I can find it at Walmart. But
at Walmart, I'm gonna have to try it. And it's the sweet red.
Yeah, it's a sweet red. There's another wine that I love. It's called Little Bosco, but I can only find it in this like hole in the wall wine store, and they never have it in stock. But this is like a very comparable. So I'm
writing it down.
Red wine.
I love red wine. Yeah.
Like I want to like red wine.
Yeah.
And
but
then
you like that?
Huh?
Isn't that a red wine?
Yeah, it is, which is shocking because I'm usually not a red wine person, but I do really like that.
Oh, okay.
I was going to actually open a bottle that I just recently bought from this wine festival, but my wine bottle opener broke.
Oh.
So I can't get the cork out.
Oh, that's the worst.
I read The Broken Girls twice and did not guess the sentence. Haha. how it's faintly bubbly. Yeah, I love how it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's universal. Like everyone's gonna like it. It's not dry or anything like that.
It's funny
So,
because I like dry wine.
really?
I
So you
love me some dry red wine.
what
Yeah.
like you like to suck your tongue or something, or suck your teeth, or because that's how
I
like
just
dry it is.
like it's so funny because people will say that and I don't get that sensation. Like it's just very because I have stuff that's considered dry. Like
Mhm.
I really like Cabernet Sauvignon a lot, and it's always on the bottle says dry.
Yeah.
19 Crimes. I think I have. I don't remember what I thought of it, but I should read. Yeah, if anybody has wine recs for me.
Yeah, leave your wine recs.
I like what was the other one?
Yeah.
That I really
She
like?
loves the one with Snoop Dogg. It's not too dry, but it isn't sweet.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I mean, I like
heard
stuff that isn't.
they have the faces on the bottle, and someone told me that you can actually like take a picture or something and like the photo comes to life or something on the bottle.
Wait, for what? Which brand?
19 Crimes. I heard
Oh,
there's a few other brands, but the 19 Crimes, like you can take like, I don't know if you have to download an app or anything.
huh.
So
That's cool. Ooh. Yeah, maybe I've tried that. I don't
I
know.
used to be only a sweet wine person. Like Moscato was like the only thing I would like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a sucker for like a good peach wine too.
I went through my wine history. This sounds so dramatic. My history in wine, but I really love the sweet stuff. And then COVID happened, and I was like, well, I need a hobby
Yeah.
besides, like, I don't
So you
know.
took a day drinking.
Yeah, literally. So I was like, I'm going to try to acquire the taste for like wine that maybe doesn't hurt
Mhm.
my stomach as much because I think
Yeah.
the sweet stuff is just hard on my stomach. And
Oh yeah.
the dry stuff is what I can handle. And I just ended up
Mhm.
loving it. So,
Yeah. There's a winery near my house. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, but they have like over
mm-hmm.
30 wines and they change them out there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But since COVID, like you would pay like $5 and you could do a tasting of all 30. And then like now you have to
Oh.
like buy your samples and it's not.
Oh, yeah, that's a bummer. I know we have a winery here close by that I want to go to. I hope we don't have to
Yeah.
buy everything
And
because
then there's another one right down the street and they do like slushy wines. It's kind of trashy, but I love a good slushy wine though.
I can't have gluten, and so wine is like safe for me. But if it's a slushy wine, I don't know if they add stuff.
I don't know. Like they have like a margarita wine, a sangria, and then they have like a peach Bellini wine.
This is gonna
That's
make
like,
me want to drink tonight.
yeah.
What am I gonna do? Because
I was
I'm
gonna
drinking
open a
coffee.
bottle, but my wine bottle opener broke.
Yeah.
So. Okay. So I guess we can get into the book.
Yeah.
Let me get to my notes. Okay. So I wrote down for like the first thing is what was your rating? How did you enjoy it? And what is a book that you would compare it to?
Interesting. Okay. So I actually finished it like a half hour before the live.
Oh,
because
forgot
I
about
had to read so many books for like that had timelines.
Mhm.
I started it yesterday. I really liked how it started. I was a little bit let down, and we can kind of go into it more.
Mhm.
So I ended up settling on a 3-star rating. What were your other questions? What did it remind me of?
Yeah, your rating. How did you enjoy it? And
Okay.
is there a book that you would compare it to?
Yeah. So I was trying to think like what gave me the vibes in this book, and it kind of made me think of The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. Have you read that?
Okay. Yes.
Only I hated that one. And
Oh, I liked that one.
it's weird. I usually don't hate like books usually, but for some reason that one just bothered me because it was marketed as like something and it wasn't quite
Yeah.
that. Like I thought I wanted it to be way scarier. So
Mhm.
it kind of reminded me of the vibe a little bit in that. I don't know if you
Yeah.
got that vibe at all
I
from
can see that.
Mhm.
I know this is like kind of cheating, but I would compare it to the Sundown Motel, but it's also
Right.
by the same author. So that's the
Yeah.
only one that really popped out. But I can see how you thought The Invited and the comparison between that.
Yeah.
I also gave it 3 stars. I loved the atmosphere of it, but there was like the midsection when we're learning more things. I was just like, I don't really care about this.
Yeah.
It had a lot of like history things in it, and I just do not like history. It's just never been my thing. So
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think about what specifically let me down. I think the biggest thing was I thought it was going to be way more intense of a ride.
mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't like I was never on the edge of my seat, even
Yeah.
when there was something like intense towards the end
Mm-hmm.
that I think it was supposed to be, but I was still just kind of reading it like, okay, like I felt like there wasn't too much that happened then. It sort of just cut to the next scene, if you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about, which was weird to me that it
Mm-hmm.
would cut that out, like the most exciting part.
Yeah. And of course it would also cut to like a different point of view too.
Mm-hmm.
And just like continue either. Okay, so a lot of people think the same thing. Like I saw Jennifer McMahon, also The Drowning Kind. I have not read that one.
I
I'm
have
kind of
not
scared
either.
to read her books just because I didn't like The Winter People, but I really liked The Invited. So
Uh-huh.
but yeah, everyone gave it like 4 or 5 stars. It looks like Chelsea gave it 3.75.
Maybe we liked it the least.
I know, we're just the Debbie Downers of everything. Okay, Jordan
Yeah.
gave it 3 stars. So she
Okay.
enjoyed it as I was reading, but the paranormal aspects weren't my thing. Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like it was like a thriller trying to be a horror book or a horror trying to be a thriller book. Like
It
it
needed to choose
wasn't,
a lane a little
yeah,
bit.
like stay in its own lane.
Yeah.
Karen's actually the one that gave me this book for my birthday. So thank you, Karen, by the
Aw.
way. I'm sorry I only gave it 3 stars, but I did enjoy my time reading it. So
I mean, yeah, books are so everybody's going to enjoy different things and
Mhm.
it's fine.
Yeah.
If it, I get what you mean. If someone gifts it though, you're like, I hope
Yeah.
I
I'm
like
like, oh,
love
I'm so
it. Like it blows my
sorry.
mind, but
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
know.
Um, and I know a lot of people said that they preferred this one over the Sundown Motel, but I think I liked the Sundown Motel better. So if
Hmm.
you haven't read that one, but I know a lot of people
Yeah.
say differently.
Yeah, I haven't read that one. I heard people say that it wasn't super scary. Did you find it creepier?
No, not at
So
all.
it was just kind of, yeah.
No. I felt like this one was more atmospheric, but I think I liked the storyline in the Sundown Motel.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
3 stars. Okay, so we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
perfect. Okay. I'm glad no one like absolutely didn't hate it. Like, like no one's given it like 1 or 2 stars. I'm glad I didn't like
Yeah.
something how we're gonna hate. So for characters, like who did you like and who did you not like?
Let me turn over my little cheat sheet. I liked Jamie in the beginning. I started thinking, not. It started. My opinion of him kind of went downhill a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but then he kind of redeemed himself a little bit more at the end.
Yeah.
I think my favorite characters were honestly like the girls at the school.
Mm-hmm.
I liked all of them. I think that was part of my problem too. Maybe it was just me, but I didn't feel overly attached to any of them in particular.
Yeah.
Like I was interested in their story and I kind of cared about them as a group, but like individually, I can't pick out one that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think maybe Roberta I liked the best, I guess, because she was a little bit more focused on. Did you like Fiona? Like, what are your feelings about?
So the only thing, this is going to also like get into spoilers. I forgot to mention that earlier. We are like spoiling the book, just by the way. I know Gwen, she's hopping off, but she's going to come back in a few days. She said she was starting it today, or she hadn't finished it. So she's going to come back and watch the rest of the live show. So I think Fiona was my favorite. The only thing I did not understand was, so she's trying to get more information about the death or the murder of her sister, and the person that was convicted and is been in jail for 20 some years, I think, ended up being the person that it was all along.
Yeah, I thought that was
like,
kind of
yeah, like I don't know, like I didn't really feel like there was anything that made it seem like there wasn't any like evidence or anything that made it seem like he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, why are you wasting your time in a way? And then it ended up being that person in the long run. So that It's the only thing that frustrated me. But as far as like the girls in the 1950s, I kind of felt like they were all different, but they all seemed the same. Like I was constantly having to like refer to like, okay, who is Katie? Who is Cece? And
me too. Yeah.
things like that. I felt like they were all kind of the same.
I feel like I was more interested in their timeline. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, like you said, I was the most probably attached to the main character, Fiona, like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
But I was more interested in the past timeline because
Yeah.
I wanted something huge to happen. And I feel like that was a little anticlimactic too.
Yeah.
Like not that much happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just being harsh.
No.
Maybe I expected too much from, because not all books need to be like,
I feel like it could have been
or whatever,
a little bit better if we didn't get a perspective or point of view from all four girls.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just all at one time and things like that. Like I feel like if we followed like, again, another spoiler, but I feel like if we would have followed, what was the girl that was buying the school?
Oh shit, I don't remember,
Margaret?
but I know who you're.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think Margaret was her name, but she ended up being one of the four girls in the long run. I feel like if we just followed her point of view, that could have been like another twist that she actually changed her name.
Right.
I mean, that was a twist, but I wasn't that shocked. I had a feeling that's what was going to happen.
Yeah. It didn't affect me at all. I was like,
I
oh,
was
okay.
like, oh, yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
Right. I mean, it wasn't that shocking.
Yeah. So did you enjoy like all of the point of views, or do you feel like it was too much?
I thought it was a little too much. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was the most interested in Katie and Roberta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it's pronounced. Sonia, surprisingly, I wasn't that interested in, which is weird because I feel like you're supposed to be the most interested in her story, and like to me, I just wasn't. And then I was kind of indifferent about Cece. I don't know. I was like,
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I know she had like issues with her mom and stuff like that, but like, again, I didn't really care.
Wasn't that interesting? Yeah.
I was just like,
did you have a favorite to read about?
Not really.
They kind of all like ran together. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to pick, I would say Katie.
Yeah.
But they were all the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Monica said she liked the present line in the investigation, but preferred the characters in the past, the girls. Yeah, I felt like I enjoyed the storyline with them because I felt like the past just had too much history.
True. Yeah.
Because I had like Nazis and like the war and stuff like that. And more people liked the girls. Fiona had some doubts about Tim being her sister's killer, though he was. Yeah, I was just like,
interesting.
Like, she never mentioned like, oh, but he was here, but people say it was him and all that other kind of stuff. Lots happened. We got a real ghost and real monsters, the Nazis. I love that she included that. Yeah, I'm just not like World War II just like really does nothing for me, honestly. I don't know why. Like, it's just, I'm not a history person, but I do think it had like some good important topics and things like that. And
yeah. I think maybe if it was more of like a historical fiction, it would be, I would be more okay with it, but it's like not.
Yeah.
Because I remember I read a book years ago about like Hitler's niece or something. It was fictional. I can't remember the name of it. But I remembered liking that. But that was like not a thriller.
Yeah.
I mean, it was historical fiction with thrilling elements, but yeah.
And I do like that there was actually a real ghost, like you said. Like, like it's always like, oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Bonding amongst the girls and how they plan to get out of the school and find Sonia's killer. Yeah. I thought what they ended up coming up with at the end was pretty smart.
Yeah, me too.
So how did you feel about Mary Hand? I get now that we're talking about the ghost and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like that we found out what happened to her. I was a little confused why she was like trapped there. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like each book has a different thing about ghosts. Like, is it if they die in a bad way, then they become ghosts or whatnot? I was interested in that story. I feel like we could have gotten a little more of it though. You know,
That's
like I kind of wanted to know more. Like, why was she kicked out? What were they fighting about? Like,
yeah. Also, like they kept mentioning like Mary Hand is like I forgot the rhymes, but they were like she's like in the garden buried under. I was like, obviously that's where she's at. Like I was just like, can someone just dig up her body? But I kind of wish like more of a backstory, or there was more paranormal. I felt like it was not enough for me for it to be mentioned and for it to actually be real.
I feel like this book could have almost been like, instead of the past being that group of girls, it could have been Mary's story.
Yeah.
You know, because then it's one point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's still interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of like 3 generations, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, exactly. You said that would actually, I think I would have liked that way better, actually. It's not totally explicit if Mary Hand was really there or people just imagined her. My thing is, though, if everyone saw her, I think it was real.
Yeah, I think it was real too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And plus, like, I don't know, I feel like if you're running from, Garrett, which ended up being Jamie's dad, like knew a lot of things that were happening. If you're like running through the school and stuff like that, trying to like, survive, I feel like you wouldn't be hallucinating in a way. I feel like you'd be more like adrenaline pumped. But
yeah, I agree.
We've already really discussed this question about like Fiona's determination of finding her sister's true killer. I felt like it was kind of dumb.
Yeah, it wasn't like something specifically happened.
Yeah.
She was just like, I've been wondering.
Yeah. And then it ended up being Tim the whole time. I think that was his name. But like I felt like it was something like if she found like holes in like the story in the case, I feel like that could have been something, but like it really wasn't. It was just the cops covering up and things like that. And yeah, I don't know. The title, did you think it was a fitting title, or like, do you think all of the books mentioned were broken, or do you feel like it's one specific person?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I feel like not all of them were necessarily broken. I think they were trying to make you think that, but they didn't give us enough backstory on some of them. Like Cece, was she that broken?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if it had to do something with like that time frame, because they said like troubled girls went to the school and they really weren't. Like I know I was
expecting like troubled,
like way worse. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but like one girl witnessed like her uncle trying, I guess, to commit suicide, and because she was traumatized by that, they sent her away to school, which I was like, I don't understand that, but of course this was in the 1950s, so I mean, I kind of get the title, but like I also feel like they really weren't broken. And then
oops, I just read the most recent comment. I forgot about that. Cece was the one who had her mom try to kill her.
Oh yeah, by drowning, I think, right?
Okay, yeah, I guess I kind of was blanking on that.
Yeah. Well, again, they all like kind of ran together, so I didn't know like who exactly. Mary Hand works as a bonding thing. Yeah, I can understand that. All the girls were like knew who Mary was and things like that. Yeah, I really didn't think they were all troubled. Like I was expecting like way worse, like for them to be like, I don't know, like criminals in a way, versus like just girls that just went through things.
Right.
And then I really don't think Fiona, but I mean, I feel like broken as in like obsessive over a case that's already been solved.
Yeah. I don't know what a better title would have been.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
What did you think of the atmosphere?
I think that was my favorite part.
Yeah.
I loved all the like descriptions of the weather being chilly and like made me feel cozy, and it felt like a really good time of year to read this as like things are cooling off a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like it was perfect.
Yeah, I feel like the fall time. Didn't it kind of take place in the fall time? I mean,
actually, it doesn't have dates.
I would assume, because it wasn't November, like snowing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, November.
Huh.
It doesn't, it says that like every chapter. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm kind of wondering if I would have liked this more if I physically read it versus listening to it.
Oh yeah.
You know how, not me dropping the book. You know how certain books, like, they're just a little bit more eerie sometimes if you, well, for me, sometimes they're more eerie if I physically read them than listen to them. But yeah, I like the atmosphere a lot.
Yeah. Like you said, I feel like I really envisioned the boarding school and everything like that. And especially I feel like I envisioned it more in the present with it being like more run down and
Me too, yeah.
And then like surrounded by the woods, and like I'm thinking of like the trail that one of the girls ran through in the very beginning. I forgot which one it is.
Sonia, I think.
Sonia, yeah, because she was the one at the. Also, I feel like it was weird that she was in the well the whole time and like no one went and looked there.
Yeah, because
I was just like, oh, okay. Like everyone knew about the well, so I don't know why no one looked there.
And the garden.
Yeah, and the garden, which they all hated, and apparently it all smelled really bad the whole time. And I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was the best part of this book, just the atmosphere, to be honest. Like, and the writing style was really descriptive, which I liked. I'm trying to look at, I tabbed a few things. I think mostly I was tabbing though just for like names of people, so I remember them.
The less troubled one was Katie. She was just a rebel with parents with money. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Too many characters to keep track of. It took away from the story. Yeah. Like I said, I feel like if they followed one of the girls or if they followed Mary, I feel like it would have been much better to follow along and keep up with.
I thought it was just going to be one.
Yeah.
But then it broke off and I was like, what?
When I first read this, I felt like the sister that Fiona is trying to like discover like what really happened. I thought she went to the school.
It would have been, it would have been cool if she was the one too.
Yeah, but I didn't know. Yeah, that's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I physically read along while listening. I did the same thing.
I mostly did that.
Yeah. It's very descriptive. I love this amount of description because I feel like Stephen King is just overkills it. And I feel like this was like perfect amount to where it's not overkill.
Yeah.
No one looked for Sonia because she had no family. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like even her friends didn't really look that hard. And were they not allowed to go in the woods?
Probably they weren't, but I feel like that should have been touched on.
Yeah. You know? But her friends, yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait, I think they did search in the woods. I think one of them did.
Yeah, because I know they found her suitcase in the woods.
Right.
Only her friends, the adults and teachers. Yeah. I don't know.
It was really sad.
Yeah. It's sad and depressing.
Yeah.
What did you think of the dynamic between Fiona and Jamie, both in like as like lovers and also as a cop and journalist?
I liked their dynamic in the beginning, and then he seemed a little bit annoying towards the middle. Like he got a little bit like, well, you blah blah blah. Like, I'm trying to remember exactly what he was saying, but he was saying some like really hurtful things. And I was like, that's kind of unnecessary. You're starting to sound like your dad for literally no reason.
Yeah. And like he knew who she was the whole time. So I feel like it's not like something to be unaware of. That's not like, it's a very sensitive subject for her. And I do feel like he was a little kind of a jerk for her.
He was like in the beginning, he seemed really sweet about it. But then toward like after, maybe it was after the family dinner, he got like very worked up about it. And I just thought that was like a red flag. I was like, oof.
Yeah.
Then he's like, we need a break. I was like, what?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm glad there wasn't that much romance in it. I mean, there was hardly any, which I really appreciate for this type of book.
Right.
But I felt like it was I felt like they weren't really meant for each other in a way.
Yeah, I agree.
But I did kind of like the fact that she was a journalist and he was a cop, and like how like they mentioned like how cops and journalists and media like interact and things like that. So I thought that was kind of a cool dynamic. And to be honest, I thought Jamie had something to do with something. And then after the dinner, I was like, oh, it was the dad.
Yeah. And also, I feel like if he really cared about her, he would be defending her
Yeah.
in front of his parents. Like, they just kind of left.
Yeah.
Which I thought was not good. And then also, I was going to say something else and then I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I felt like every time she talked about their relationship it was only like physical. Like she was like, the physical stuff is amazing. And it's like, but are you like meant for each other? Like there's got to be more than just that.
Yeah. I feel like he wanted more and she didn't.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, he did want more. He wanted to be more serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if their relationship was better, then it would just be like romancy, and I wouldn't like it as much.
True. Yeah.
Fiona came across as annoying, and I kind of understand her because of her trauma. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like she was more obsessed with the case versus like, well, I mean, she did kind of have to grow up a little bit.
Maybe it was her journalism side that kind of was making her.
Yeah. And then she kind of knew like how to like word things so she doesn't give too much away, whether it's to Jamie and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
Jamie was actually a good cop.
Yeah, he was a good cop.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad in the end he actually did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did they end up doing? Like, what did he say he was like? He quit the police force at the end, but he was going to do something else. What was it? He was going to start like his own business of like investigating or something like that.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember. I just read this.
I can't remember, but I remember he was going to do something to where it sounded like he was going to be like helping her for, I guess, any other future cases.
Oh, yeah. Working for her almost.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like working for. Yeah.
I felt like cool. I liked him like leaving the police force, but I felt like that what he decided to do was kind of like,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like, whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Just like, hey.
So the ending, what were your feelings and were you shocked?
What actually went down?
Yes.
No, I wasn't really shocked.
Yeah.
I felt like it was pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. I think that's another reason I gave it 3 stars. I was like, it was fine. And like, it didn't suck, but also at the same time, like, it would have been better, I feel like, if Jamie's father actually was like the only one doing the murders instead of just cleaning up, you know? Yeah. And also I feel like we didn't get enough of Jamie's like shock and like horror of that. Like it was kind of wrapped up fast. Like he was upset about it, but like, if I found that out about my parent, I would be like, whoa, like that's extreme.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Like Jamie really didn't process or like, handle. I mean, he handled it a little too well. But yeah, I think it would have been better if it was Jamie's dad the whole time. Because again, I was like, oh, this guy that got locked up really didn't do it. And then I'm like, he ended up doing it anyways with the help of the police. And I felt like it would have been better if the dad or / cop would have done it the whole time.
Right.
Freed an innocent man type of thing. And
I thought it may be good if not good, but like good for the story if Jamie did it.
But. Yeah. Well, see, I thought he had something to do with it.
I thought maybe he knew like his dad was involved.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe like Jamie or like knew that his dad did it, but like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. And he like didn't know anything, I guess. So.
Mm-hmm. And then as far as like how it ended, like I wasn't shocked that one of the girls ended up being the person that bought the boarding school.
Right. And how she like changed her name. I was like, okay, that's not that.
And I even thought, I was like, maybe Cece is like her middle name or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
I forgot who bought it. Was it
Katie?
Yeah. So like, I was like, maybe Katie, maybe she goes by Catherine is her first name, or like I knew it had something to do with like her middle name or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So that wasn't shocking. I don't know. And like the very ending where like they dig up the grave and they see Mary with her baby and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, that's great. Was it an epilogue or was it like its own chapter? It was an epilogue. Okay. I don't know. Epilogues really piss me off.
I don't like epilogues. It's like, choose your damn ending.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm harsh, but I'm like,
no, I'm the same way. I'm
there's
just like,
an epilogue, it's never necessary.
Yeah.
Ever.
And honestly, if that was like the last chapter, I think I would have liked it. But the fact that they called it the epilogue, I'm like, now I hate it.
Right. It's like, why does it need to be labeled as?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I was like, oh, well, like, Mary takes her baby into the woods or, drifts off or floats away, whatever she does. I'm just like, oh, now what? The end. That's it.
Yeah.
Jamie quits the force at the end. He joins her as an investigative business. Okay, so I was a little bit right. Friends as old ladies were super badass and funny there. I loved the fact that they all stayed friends though.
Yeah, and they like bonded together.
Yeah, I loved that.
And I loved how it wasn't like one of them turning on the other, like murdering Fiona, or not Fiona, Sonia.
I felt like their bond was too strong to do that.
Right.
But glad. Of course, I would have never seen that coming. So maybe it was a little bit more of a shock factor if it was happening.
Yeah. Like if one of them did it. Yeah.
I think Katie made a pretty bulletproof plan to run away from school, help her friends, and find the Nazi. Yeah, I agree. I would have never thought. I also felt like I think it's Cece's brother came to visit her, and that's like who she like seduced to get out of there.
That was interesting.
I know. I was like,
she's like 16, like freshly. I mean, I know it's a different era, but still.
Yeah.
He was like too easily seduced
for me.
Yeah.
Read the book before the Sundown Motel. I realized that I like this one more mainly because of the timelines are split in half a century. In the Sundown Motel, the two line. Yeah, that was the other thing. Like it was very similar. Like it would be like one chapter this person drove to town, and like the next chapter this person drove to town. So I will say the timelines are very similar to where I was getting a little confused, but
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I liked the Sundown Motel a little bit better.
That makes sense.
I rated it higher, but I don't know if it's just me being more crucial, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
But that's all the questions I had. Does anyone else have any questions, or do you have anything else you want to ask or throw out there?
No, I mean, I felt like this book didn't have a ton more to discuss. Like it was pretty surface level in like, this is what happened. Here's the plot, like there wasn't anything that, I don't know, like it was more of a basic thriller I don't know if that's the right word. Like it was, I just with thrillers, usually if I really, really enjoy them, they're like either very shocking or like super twisty or something. Yeah. And this was just kind of like, it felt actually almost more just like a mystery to me.
Yeah, I'll give
it. It was a little slower paced. It was a little bit, the stakes seemed a little less high, and I don't know. I would classify it more as a mystery.
For like a beginner getting into like ghost stories.
Like if you want a little spook factor, I maybe would recommend.
Or like if you're like more into historical fiction, you may like this one because it does have to do with like Nazis and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
It was weird how it said the baby moved or something like that. Oh, I didn't catch up on that. I didn't catch that at all.
I think towards the end when she saw her holding the baby, moved a little bit.
I think also I like this one because I love cold case murders. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I do like that. I think her newest book that's coming out next year, it's called The Book of Cold Cases or something like that.
So it's literally.
Yeah. I actually just got denied from NetGalley. I forgot everything.
NetGalley.
No shame, but yeah, I think I'll pick up that one just because I do like cold cases and stuff like that. But I actually don't remember what that one's about. So used to watch Cold Case on TV. I never actually watched that one.
I didn't either.
I don't really watch a lot of TV when it comes to like NCIS and all that stuff. I don't really watch all that.
I don't either. It's a mystery, not a thriller.
Very
I don't know why. I just always assume something's a thriller. Like I feel like the mystery genre is not as popular, but it probably is classified as mystery.
Yeah. The older the case, the better for me. Yeah. I feel like because it's still unsolved answers and things like that too, especially if there's something weird that happened.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me for the live show. I'm so glad we finally got to do something together.
I know. And thank you for having me. It was so fun to read this and chat with
you.
you.
For reading, and everyone else for reading along and playing your games and things like that. But yeah, I will actually be announcing the October one coming up this weekend sometime. I just got to film it. I just now put the final date for October. So yeah, and then I know
exciting. I said that's exciting.
Oh yeah, I'm actually really excited. I like agreed to this book and I was like, oh yeah, I'll just read it, and didn't even realize what it was, but I really liked it.
Awesome.
You will find out probably Sunday. I have a football game to go to on Saturday, and I will probably be too intoxicated to do anything on Saturday. So Sunday I will be announcing it. But I will tell you the date. It's we just confirmed with my other co-host. It will be October 19th, by the way.
Nice. I'm going to write it down.
Oh, yay.
What date what day?
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yes.
Hopefully I won't be working.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be on my channel 8 p.m. And then I know some people asked about the merch. So I'm just going to go ahead and explain what happened. So I bought my merch off Bonfire. They canceled my order and then deleted it off the store without telling me why. So I have reordered mine, and I just want to make sure it turns out good before I have people spend money on it.
Right.
First clip. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, sorry. I realized I got distracted by the merch. Is that like a good site to use?
I know a lot of my other booktuber friends use that site, so that's why I used it. And it's very easy to like put stuff on there. But I really liked it. I just don't know why. Someone told me because I had to buy my design or like the logo. So I think maybe I have to show proof of purchase maybe before I can sell it. So
interesting.
Yeah. But hopefully my the book club shirt will be here next time, and hopefully y'all can purchase it if you're interested. But
that's exciting.
Before we leave, make sure you go follow
Instagram,
YouTube, because she's so fun and she does her weekly reading sprints. She's like the horror thriller queen in my eyes. So
I love you. That's so sweet.
Oh, yeah. But I will see you guys in my next video, and yeah, bye.